Very good afternoon, everybody. We had a electricity problem, and so there was a break in the live stream of the morning session. The second part of the morning slot we have initiated, and now we are going live with the remaining presentations of morning slot. Okay? Yes, so we can start now.
So, hello everyone. Today I'll be taking false consciousness in the age of digital age, Marxist and Althusserian critique. Here is the table of content. And my research question is how do digital platforms such as Instagram and TikTok function as a modern ideological state, perpetuate that reproduce capitalist ideology and sustain false consciousness in the digital age? My hypothesis is in the digital age, capitalism disguises itself through the algorithms and effective engagement, creating a new world from a false consciousness where users willingly participate in their own ideological subjugation under the illusion of freedom and individuality. So first of all, let's understand the understanding of false consciousness. So it is believed that when a ruling class people are given some ideologies and the middle class people or other people accept that, yeah, that yes, this is so, that can be called false consciousness. We can say that the idealist of the ruling the ideals of a ruling class are in every epoch the ruling ideas, at the same time it's ruling the intellectual force. Then false consciousness in the digital age, machinism in it is digitally sustained through the platform that blurs the lines between reality and ideology. Modern forms, current ruling ideas are promoted through the algorithms. Then relevance of Mark and Althusser. So its core insight would be ideology and concealed capitalist exploration. Capitalism means constant transformation plus economic exploitation, and commodity means the basic unit of capitalist system. Then Althusser's ideology and apartheid. Ideology means lived material practices, and ISAs, which means ideological state approaches, and it has many branches which reproduce the system such as media, education and religion. Then interpellation, how ideology helps the individual as the subject. Then social media as a new ISAs, which I just mentioned, that ideological state approaches. Its core insight is to perform function as a digital ISAs, shaping subjectivity and reinforcing capitalist ideology. For example, algorithms in circulation, ideological control, and influencers culture, self-exploration. Then Marxist ideology and false consciousness, when imaginary relation to a real condition hides the exploitation. So we can say that when a particular thing is represented toward us, then we need to check that it is truth or redefined consciousness. The ideology of justify, fetish, and idealize and neutralize thing, which means that if a particular thing is represented to us, then we should not accept it as a truth only, but we need to check it. Then Althusser's ideology through parties, which means that ISS, which means they just reproduce the capitalist condition, which means that if a school or colleges are reproducing the thoughts to support the politician, then they will always support them. And by doing this, they will say that we are creating individual identity, but they are generating a flow of leaders. And then they will say we are making everyone individual and make them go themselves. Then social media as a new ISA, platform capitalism, platforms such as Instagram and Google, ideological infrastructure, curated content promotes, and neoliberal individualism creates a digital false consciousness and mask exploitation. Users affective data, where they use it to know the behavior to gain behavioral control and capitalist value. and Marxist ideology and false consciousness. This we have already discussed that it is ideology is a socially false consciousness, and it reflects the imaginary relationship of individual to their real conditions of existence. Then in capitalism and perception, media serving to ruling a class interest. As we all know that the source of information is always controlled by the government or the any particular authority who is in the power, and they need that type of branches that guarantee the reproduction of the relationship of production, and they then make it common that if you don't know this, then you don't know anything. Then Althusser's ideological state and approaches definition. It means that institution, for example, school, media, and religion, that maintain the status quo through ideology, not through force. And here is the definition between repressive apartheid and ideological apartheid, where first uses violence or correction, and ISS use ideology and constant. Then digital platform as ISS, they promote neoliberal ideology, individualism, success, and consumption, operate through algorithm plus curation to shape the desire and behavior, influences culture, spread false consciousness, hides inequality, sells success as a universal. So we can connect this dot with Yojana, which in Bharat there are giving so much Yojana to promote that we are helping the poor, but they do not actually help, but they promote inequality or to hide it. Then in capitalism and digital media, the attention of economy. So as we all know that in today's time, money is not that much powerful, because of we are living in the age of information. So the data is currency now. User engagement is equal to profit for economic groups. And then commodification of the self. User perform identities for validation, like for likes and share, and self brand performance for validation, and emotion equals to data. This we all can connect with the Instagram algorithm or any particular type of app, where one person is promoting their brand itself, like આપણે ભાવનગરમાં છે એમ શેઠ brothers ચૂરણ, that type of. Then Instagram and TikTok as ideological machines, algorithms, and ideological control. So they promote narrative capitalistic values, beauty, success, fame, and consumption. Platform reward content that aligns with the brand and advertise the interest. Cultural logic reinforce neoliberal idea. So in this slide, I am just discussing about the basic thing, like how particular app or brand uses some aspect of life, like beauty, success, or fame. We can connect it with the cream, like કોઈ પણ કાળા માણસને ધોળા બનાવી દે એ ટાઈપનું. So that we can connect here. Then influencers is equal to agents of capitalist desire. So self is equal to brand. Influencers sell product, lifestyle, and ideologies. We can say that when some influencers are promoting gutka kind of thing, like in Vimal, they are not eating it, but they are just promoting it. And here is a quote by Funch, which says that I was carefully curtaining the image of life I wanted not to have. Then consumerism in disguise, content often blends with ads. Then false consciousness. So users willingly engage with ideological representation, content creation tied to hope and aspiration. And people are generally thinking that we are free, but in this time they are not totally free. Like their data is always in the control of app or a government or organization. Then this is how in this slide I am just saying that what needs to be do to not to fall in such a things. Then survival of digital forms. And here I conclude my slide. Now I'll like to have some question.
Bhargav, my question is, what is the commodification of the self?
It means turning one's identity into a product.